Of 8 million stories tonight, chapter 3 of the St. John's Georgetown saga. Up until 10 days ago, never in the 50-year history of collegiate basketball at Madison Square Garden had #1 played #2, and now they'll do it again. Only this time, Georgetown is #1, as well they should be. It's a well-oiled Hoya machine, and it was David Wingate who led them in their semifinal win over Syracuse last night. And of course, there is Patrick Ewing, playing perhaps the best basketball of his storied career. And it's an endless bench orchestrated by their coach, John Thompson. And now St. John's is #2, but they've bounced back from their loss to Georgetown. They've got it going, with Chris Mullen even blocking shots, no less. Mullen contributed in many ways last night in St. John's semifinal win over Villanova. And again, the heat is on Bill Winnington and how he handles Patrick Ewing defensively. And how deep is Luke Carnesecca's bench? That may be a key. It's #1 versus #2, the Big East Championship game.
ESPN presents the Big East Conference Championship from Madison Square Garden in New York City. Once again, #1 and #2, St. John's and Georgetown.
Welcome back to Madison Square Garden. We're just about ready for #1 in America, yet #2 in the Big East Conference. The Georgetown Hoyas. Look at Louis Carnesecca. He's got a message for John Thompson. Remember, Thompson had Louis' sweater last time?
Oh, that's phenomenal. Oh, is that?
Go get him, Louis.
That's terrific. Big smile on John. And that's what that towel would look like on Louis.
Now Louis back in uniform. There goes the sweater. Didn't recognize him without it on at first.
Louis could use that towel all year long, and it would never become soiled.
So turning the tables, and that's the atmosphere and spirit of this conference. And let's play ball. An anxiously awaited showdown. As soon as that game ended 10 nights ago, fans were saying, well, maybe they'll be at it once again.
He's still enjoying it, Len.
So we're ready for the starting lineups. Let's go to the public address announcer, John Condon.
Good evening, everybody. Welcome to Madison Square Garden, the world's most famous arena. This game is for the 1985 Big East Championship. And here are the starting lineups. For the Hoyas of Georgetown University, at the guards, #30, Michael Jackson. #40, David Wingate. At center, #33, Patrick Ewing. And at the forwards, #24, Bill Martin. And #34, Reggie Williams.
He had a career-high 25 in the last game.
Here is the Hoyas head coach, John Thompson. For the Redmen of St. John's University, the guards, number 20, Chris Mullen. Number 24, Mike Moses.
He had a season-high 17 last night.
At center, number 23, Bill Winnington. And at the forwards, number 21, Walter Berry. And number 30, Willie Glass. And here is the coach of the Redmen, Lou Conaseca. The officials.
So, 29-2 Georgetown, 27-2 St. John's, 1 versus 2, and we'll have the opening tip-off of Chapter 3, Hoyas and Redmen, right after this message. They are standing wherever they can. They're forced in wherever they can force them in. At least 19,000 plus for Georgetown and St. John's, and millions more around the country. Glad you can be with us this evening from New York City. Our officials, the 3 top officials in the Big East Conference, is judged by the administrators, Larry Lembo, Dick Paparo, and Pete Palvia. Pete's the man in the middle. And the names, which should be quite familiar to you around the country, and Ewing and Winnington at center, and Burry and Wingate and the rest. And here we go. Michael Jackson leads it against the man-to-man defense from St. John's. Right to the franchise. Back out. Wingate. 2-0 Hoyas.
Oh, they're going to make Georgetown shoot the deep jump shot. They need to help out on Patrick Ewing. Willie Glass, as predicted, on Reggie Williams.
All right, they've met 3 times in the history of this Big East tournament, and Georgetown has won all 3. Georgetown, a defending champion, trying to do something nobody's done in the 6-year history of the conference, win back-to-back Big East championships.
Michael Jackson attempting to keep Mike Moses away from the basketball, as he did with the Pearl. Now back, boxing 1 right away, Len.
Wingate's the 1 against Mullen.
And this is how they started, and it was a great factor in Georgetown's win.
Or at least St. John's knew it was coming this time around. Mike Moses has the shot.
Everybody else has to help now. The streamers from the south end of the building. But right now, if St. John's, the other 4 have to help. Chris can get 8 or 9 shots and they can win, because he'll make 7 or 8 of the 9. But the other people, Moses with him, he calls it to keep him on his jump shot. But Walter Berry now has to become a factor shaping up in the lane.
We talked about that angle shot that Moses just hit from the side of the foul line. We talked about that factor last night and how St. John's needs that kind of production to loosen up that zone, and he did it effectively against Villanova last night and hits the first one tonight.
And it also shows the respect by John Thompson and Georgetown of Chris Mullen. Keep him out of the game. They feel they can beat this club.
Previous score, St. John's a 1-point win, Georgetown a 16-point win. And now the rubber game. Nearly a turnover.
If Billy Weddington can cause Patrick Ewing to touch the ball out on the foul line, that's going to help St. John's defense.
We played a minute. It's tied at 2.
To reach in.
Weddington picks up the first foul of the evening.
See, Billy Weddington wants to bump Patrick out a step more and then deny on one side or the other, but he's going to get a lot of help. So he shouldn't go for the steal. He should go fake and then recover in the back. The cheap one. There's the help.
Jackson from the corner. 4-2 Hoyas.
So far, pretty good deep shooting.
Played a minute 15 and nobody's missed yet.
When Moses gives it up, you might see Michael Jackson retreating to the box.
Wingate is really tagging Mullen, backing him. In other words, staying between the ball and Mullen. Glass with the move. Martin the rebound. Georgetown wants to run, leading it by a pair.
Patrick sprinting down the floor. He was out of bounds. Forgot where he was. One of the few mistakes he makes in a ball game.
1 a night, that's his 1.
He outran the length of the floor.
Remember the last game, he hit sideline jumpers, he hit hook shots, he hit slams, took them all over the place.
Now Billy Winnington frees the pressure by popping up because Patrick Ewing doesn't like to come out that far to help out.
Two minutes gone. Tied at 4.
Well, they're letting Mike Moses nail it, and Honest Abe has been doing that.
Ewing, 6'4", Georgetown.
But that's not bad. You've got him facing away as he nails the jump shot. Hopefully he'll miss a couple, and St. John's can come up with the rebound.
Well, they're picking up all over the place. They've paused the steal. Ewing dribbles. Jackson.
Oh! Just throw it up as high as you'd like, and Patrick will go get it.
Wow, what a play. Georgetown's 4 for 4, and they lead at 8-4.
Ewing's pressure on Billy Winnington set that steal up. That has awakened the audience.
Willie Glass blocked by Ewing. Here come the Hoyas, 3-on-1. Martin is fouled. It goes down along with Moses.
Well, that was the giveaway. The result was powerful, but Mike Moses trying to make sure they didn't score. Luke Conosecca with his hand up trying to calm people down. But this one is not like the other, but running, good pressure defense at half court. The block by Patrick. All of a sudden, Georgetown's got tempo their way.
Georgetown leads 8-4. Bill Martin will be shooting 2. We haven't had a substitution. And interesting to note, Mullen and Berry have yet to take a shot.
I don't think Chris has touched the ball in the half-court set. He's got to run, bump, get some picks down low. He's got to be active.
Remember in their first meeting, the Hoyas missed 11 foul shots, and that was a key. Then St. John's did the same thing in their last meeting. Georgetown, the poorest free throw shooting team in the Big East Conference. They lead it by 5, 9-4.
The 4 cross-line. Every time you press, St. John's likes to spread it across the floor.
Last 2 times, turnovers have resulted. St. John's needs to get it to their bread and butter guys.
They're switching now. Wingate and Billy Martin on a down screen.
And Wingate's on Berry. And the foul goes against Ewing down low.
Not really, shouldn't have been a call. Patrick standing there and Chris just running through, but don't forget that John's got it right. Strictly McCrory's 5 and 10.
Mullen's first shot.
Got to get him in the game.
9-6. Hoyas quickly down the floor, double team.
Chris also has to stay at home.
Martin.
I'll explain that later.
Ewing follows.
On the St. John's defense, Chris Mullen zones will occasionally forget who he's playing, and it opens up that man, in this case Wingate, for a shot.
And a foul before the shot on Wingate.
Hey, St. John's wants the goal. They're going to say it's on the floor.
Thompson is all over official Larry Lembo. You can hear the language over here.
A little stare now at Peter Pavia.
John is very close to a technical foul.
Conversational tones.
Berry's first shot.
Well, you remember down in Landover, Walter Berry reacts. He loves to challenge people, particularly Patrick Ewing.
In that first game, he fouled out, but he had 14 points and 15 rebounds.
At the end of the game, he went to him 3 times. Good
Georgetown turns it over, and we have our first television timeout of the evening with 4 minutes and 4 seconds gone. So, the big guns have gotten on the board. It's Georgetown 11, St. John's 8. Back to Madison Square Garden in New York in just a minute. Each team has committed 2 personal fouls. And here comes St. John's. 1 foul each on Ewing and Winnington. Moses and Wingate. All right, St. John's trailed by 5 and hopes to close it to 1 on this possession.
David Wingate, Georgetown's best defender, trying to stay with Chris Mullen.
Winnington outside. No second chance for St. John's. There hasn't been one yet.
Patrick wants the ball. He's got Bill Winnington pinned. It might be 3 seconds. Oh no, on Louis.
A technical foul on Lou Carnesecca.
Well, he ran from the baseline out on Papara. He's mad about the 3 seconds. Patrick did go to camp there, brought his baggage. Of course, this will cost 2 and not the ball. Georgetown had the ball.
Technical on a coach, 2 shots. Michael Jackson. He was at the line when a technical foul was called last night against both coaches. Jim Boeheim as well. He hit him last night.
You know, Louis may be trying to get his club up just a notch higher. He's emotional. They play better when they're into it or involved.
Georgetown by 4, 12-8. We played 4 minutes and change. St. John stays man-to-man. Traveling call on Jackson. 3rd turnover against the Hoyas.
Players love that crossover move, and a lot of officials don't like it. You pick the back foot up before the ball is placed on the floor.
All the build-up over the last meeting, and I think the atmosphere and the electricity here is very similar to that game 10 nights ago.
They had a little man going. Yes.
Yeah, they did last time.
Matched up now.
Now a hit on Martin trying to watch Walter Berry, so Bill Martin picks up his first, the 3rd against the Hoyas with 5 minutes gone now in the first half.
Plenty, a little coaching. It's my right, I think. Man-to-man, I'd love to see St. John's go right into Walter Berry with Bill Martin.
Mullins 2 for 2. 12-10, Georgetown.
Belay, they're just warning them to stop touching the basketball.
After it's through the hoop.
The reason I say that is Patrick Ewing will come to help out Bill Martin, and 2 things can happen. Berry can make the shot or he can dish to Bill Winnington.
Willie Glass trying to run through Bill Martin's screen. Now gets to his man. Martin from deep. He's got it.
Full court pressure on the ball.
Martin's first field goal. Georgetown has taken 7 shots and made 6 of them. Walter Berry, traveling or a foul? A foul.
By the start of a beautiful move, Bill Martin playing Walter Berry. Not bad, huh? Coming back, a little spin move.
The hoop doesn't count. 2nd personal foul. Now the first substitution, but first let's take another look.
Well, Bill Winnington relieves the pressure by hitting the post man. Little left hand drop spin. May have gotten away with one though, gathering the feet.
Shelton Jones is the first substitution. They're all over him. Georgetown is with their arms flailing. Look at those arms as Berry is triple team.
Patrick zoning in the back there.
Mullen, first miss. No second chance again. Here come the Hoyas running, leading by 4. Bill Martin
steps, good call.
And now Georgetown will make its first substitution. Ralph Dalton comes in and Bill Martin checks out. Both teams going with the big lineups here with about 6 minutes gone. And now we see Horace Broadnax coming in for Georgetown, replacing Michael Jackson. There's Horace on the far side.
Well, the pace that Georgetown keeps, they need constant substituting.
6 minutes gone. Georgetown 14, St. John's 10.
Good pressure, mentioning all year the reaction to shots into the basketball is superior to most.
Winnington off the ground. No, it doesn't go. Dalton strips it away. And Walter Berry runs into Horace Broadnax.
That's one I believe Walter Berry had liked back. Just got caught with his momentum the wrong way. There's Perry McDonald, probably the best Duke-em-upper. He's the one that was trying to be the peacemaker last night.
Yeah, there's a fine article about him in the Times this morning in New York, mentioning not only his Golden Gloves boxing experience, he was a defensive end. Look at him. Here he is, defensive end in football. And a good one. Dalton inside, the Hoyas by 6.
Great pass. Correct hand.
So this is the biggest lead now for Georgetown. 16-10. Moses to Berry, runs
and the
into
bump.
Ewing, and Ewing picks up his second personal foul.
You could see the reaction by Patrick Ewing, though, to the free man. Mike Moses able to handle the pressure outside, get into the middle, and then the kiss. He may have gotten away here with an extra step, too. You saw the back foot drag, that they cover the ball.
And now the foul starting to mount, Bill, at 5 team fouls against John Thompson's Hoyas and 3 team fouls against St. John's. Walter Berry at the line. And now Ronnie Highsmith comes on. The freshman, 4-year Army veteran, well into his 20s for Georgetown, replacing Dalton. And Ewing is sitting. So Dalton stays in and Ewing goes out, rather, and Berry's second one drops.
Now you would think St. John's would be able to go to work now, but the pressure picks up when Patrick Ewing is out of the game. They press better, they guard better. For some reason, of course, when he's in there, they got that factor in the back.
And Shelton Jones on Reggie Williams. Last time it was Chris Mullen in that matchup. Mullen's now on McDonald. McDonald gets by him and
Good start to go. Right there, good penetration. A little more room to operate when Patrick is out of there. Although I think I'd prefer him in there if I were John. Nice move with the right hand. He is a lefty. Up late, trying to cover Bill Winnington.
Georgetown is now 8 of 9, and now Mark Jackson in the lineup for St. John's. The Hoyas have their largest lead now, 7 points, 18-11. 12:45 remaining in the first half.
Chris Mullen can shoot over Perry McDonald's head. He's got a couple of inches.
Mullen calling for the ball, shoots over him, it doesn't drop, but the foul, the 6th.
I'll tell you what court sense. We're sitting here, we can relax, analyze. Chris Mullen knew right away. He's got the 3 inches, get me the basketball. He got it a little too far out, kicked it back, then posted up right near the elbow, turned and just resting that arm on Perry McDonald's chin, actually initiating the contact.
McDonald listed at 6'4", Chris Mullen at 6'6", and Mullen 15 pounds heavier.
Could have been the first Mullen call of the evening. We got a few of those. All the great players seem to get their share during the course of a ball game.
Mullen looking for a 6th point, so he and Ewing have a half a dozen apiece. It's now 18-13, Georgetown with 12 and a half minutes remaining till halftime. St. John still man-to-man. Berry and Highsmith in a tussle down low on the right. Williams from deep. Doesn't go, but Georgetown gets a second chance, and Williams connects.
Anything that's loose, the reaction is incredible. They pursue the basketball. Anything, the junk, they come up with.
There's solace for St. John's fans. Offensive foul, though, against Mark Jackson. I started today, St. John's fans can take hope in the fact that Georgetown can't shoot this way all night, can they? 9 of 11 shooting.
Ours Brothers have been ragging pretty well. Earlier Moses, this time Jackson.
Good Carnesecca. All over the officials again. McDonald flails up, another second chance.
A pass. A force. Got away with it.
And now a 9-point lead.
They're going to call, good call too. Perry McDonald, it's going to be a 2-shot intentional.
And now the benches come on the floor.
Players go back to your benches. All players go back to your benches.
Out of the bench. When you're playing Chris Mullen, a lot of things happen. Perry McDonald trying to do a great job. He steps in front, trying to pick the charge up. They're banging one another. Of course, that's the initial contact. Georgetown likes to play tag. They touch on all entries against zone or man-to-man. This is the inbounds. The ball's passed, and here trying to pick up the charge, Perry McDonald. And you can't hamper a player moving. I think they might have a technical now live on John Thompson. Had nothing to do with the play. Perry McDonald should have just let Chris Mullen run down the floor.
Question, why an intentional foul?
He actually thought it was flagrant, I'm sure. Man stepped in the way. I think it should have been a 1-shot foul, to answer you.
That's perhaps what John Thompson is questioning.
I would agree. I don't think it's enough. You see that a lot in the fast break. A guy will be running his lane, and the guy will pop in with the ball on the other side of the floor. I don't like that kind of basketball, but it's one shot.
So Mullen goes to the line. He should have 4 shots here.
But think of this. I really believe the officials want to control it, too. They don't want all that nonsense. Why not call it now early and stop it forever?
So he had 2 shots for the technical, 2 shots for the foul, and St. John's will get the ball, which they had before. Remember the game 10 nights ago, there was a 5-point play involving Mullen in a technical.
And it didn't hurt Georgetown at all. They tied it at 22 that night with a chance to go up by 2. It didn't hurt Georgetown at all.
So both teams came on the floor, but unlike last night with Syracuse and Georgetown, there were no punches thrown. Timeout on the floor, 11:54 remaining first half. It's Georgetown 22, St. John's 16, and things have heated up. We'll be back. Chris Mullen back at the line. This is not a replay. John Thompson during the commercial was just hit with his 2nd technical foul. 1 more and he's automatically gone.
In fairness, Len, that could have been on Craig Escherich, but you're responsible as the coach. Fraggy Paparo, as you know, on the break came over. We didn't get a chance to ask him, but I believe he felt the step-in was intentional to harm the man. I'm just guessing. I also believe in his back of his mind, they want to control the game. The heat and the emotion could ruin the basketball game.
A moment ago, it was 22-13. Georgetown by 9 with St. John's inbounding the ball. Since that point, Chris Mullen has just hit 5 foul shots. It's still St. John's ball, a potential 7 or 8-point play right here. Needless to say, Thompson is steamed.
He's a little hot under the collar. And Patrick is back. He has to be careful. 11 minutes with 2 personals.
Inside of 12 minutes remaining, just another St. John's Georgetown matchup. Is it a 7-point play?
Oh.
Yes. How do you like to have a 9-point lead and see it cut to 2 without...
Oh, Ewing with number 3. He just cleared Billy Winnington out. Not a smart play at all. He just lowered his backside and just knocked Billy Winnington 5 or 6 feet away. And when you have number 2, you shouldn't do this. In the low post, Billy Winnington, a little chest. His job is to bump him. And now the lean in. The left arm clear out.
And Winnington certainly helped it along by taking the fall.
Good call, Len.
Inside of 11 and a half minutes remaining. If St. John's hits here, they've wiped out the 9-point lead in seconds. Ron Stewart in the lineup for St. John's. They go to Winnington immediately, and a travel is called. Ewing is out. He's been replaced with the 3 fouls.
I thought it was interesting that time St. John's going in deep without Patrick in the ballgame.
I have to point out, Georgetown is still 10 of 13 from the field. They've only missed 3 times in nearly 9 minutes.
Only 2 more seconds to back court.
Get it across.
Little trap, 1-3-1.
And now Ron Stewart picks up a foul.
Louis doesn't do too many things defensively other than man-to-man. That's his one big wrinkle. Big adjustment.
No, we should start charging admission at courtside. Every time there's a controversial play in this game, as in the fight last night, all the newspaper writers from all around the country come gathering around here to watch our monitors at courtside.
I think it's the monitors and not us. The foul there by Stewart. Good-looking pass in deep to Reggie Williams.
Reggie Williams at the 11-minute mark gives the Hoyas a 4-point lead. I really didn't think they were coming to see us.
Everybody in the country always thinks of Georgetown and Patrick Ewing, but there are some awfully talented individuals on this club. I mean, they would win an awful lot of games. Patrick just puts them over the edge.
Bury off for Winnington, and a foul is called.
I believe on Dalton. But again, going in deep, that's the element missing now. The common denominator. Patrick Ewing just able to negate opportunities like this. Dalton's reaction not bad, but late. The scrape. Bill Winnington.
For the first on Dalton. If you've just joined us, where have you been? There are 3 personal fouls on Ewing, 2 technical fouls against Thompson. St. John's hit what amounted to a 7-point play, and if Winnington hits this foul shot, the Redmen are within 2 with 10:41 remaining in the half. Mullen has 11 points, 7 of them from the line. And there's our score, 24-22.
Little 1-3-1. Trap in the wings and corner. Georgetown, a good job rolling the post.
Wingate over Berry, and another second chance for the Hoyas, drilled home by Martin.
A lot of hands on the ball for St. John's, just an unfortunate bounce for them, but once again, Georgetown, the opportunist.
Halfway through now, Georgetown has had 4 second chances for 8 points, Bill.
Mismatch
St.
inside.
John's with no second chances, no offensive rebounds. Mullen from downtown Brooklyn, Dalton the rebound.
Bad shot, Glenn. I interrupted you because Billy Winnington was all alone with David Wingate in there. Charge now.
And another charge call, and this one on Reggie Williams.
But they're calling them awful close, getting back into it here. The push, I don't know, huh? Players are intelligent.
And that's called a player control foul. The ball was in his hands, and that's the only time there are no free throws in college ball. After you're in the bonus, and St. John's been in the bonus for several minutes, the Redmen still on their own have 1 foul to waste.
That last jump shot by Chris Mullen, not his type of shot because he had Billy Winnington inside.
That's his type of shot.
Sure is.
13 for Mullen. 26-24 Georgetown, 9:15 remaining in the first half, and what a first half it's been. Dalton down low, the turnover. The Redmen looking to tie the score. This place will explode if they tie it.
Oh, what a look. Mark Jackson finding the man. Chris Mullen with a nice back cut. Nice catchable bounce pass.
We're tied at 26 with 8:40 remaining in the half. Goodbye to the Georgetown 9-point lead.
Michael Jackson has to take over a little bit.
Wingate. The foul is called on Mullen as Wingate flew by him. And for Chris Mullen, that's his first.
Chris did not seal off the baseline. John Thompson with a sarcastic round of applause for Larry Limbo. Chris, you can see, turn the man clear. And he gets a few on his own. That may have been a phantom.
Ewing on the bench with the 3 personals. Maybe that was an anti-Mullen foul. Kind of waved as he went by, but Wingate will have 2 shots, and every foul here on in will be bonus.
Patrick didn't look too happy on the sideline.
Would you be?
No. You wish there were 6 fouls.
There will be next year for him in the NBA. Georgetown regains the lead, 28-26. We have 8.5 minutes remaining in the first half.
I thought that ball hit the stanchion on the pass in.
Might have, well, or under,
underneath the back, sure. Should have been a turnover.
St. John's looking to tie. Walter Berry wheeling on Dalton.
Bad shot. Nice
Winnington
follow.
went for the follow. Winnington saves it, but he got it to Reggie Williams. Here come the Hoyas looking to go up by 4. Way cross county.
Good composure. Michael Jackson. He gets that shot back this summer. He's going to have some year next year.
Ray Dalton really traveled. Blocked by Berry. Jackson has Mullen ahead of the field. It's tied, and Mullen is fouled.
And he does that as well as anybody. Right away, the read. He knows it's a turnover now. The block shot seems stiff in the backcourt. Chippy hanging. Chris Mullen, Mark Jackson. David Wingate tried to give the foul up. Hang, draw, and make that deuce. Pretty play, Mark Jackson to Chris Mullen.
Chris has 17 points in the first half. Is it a tournament record? No, Mullen has that. He did it last year against Villanova with 25 first-half points.
But David Wingate tried to give the foul to Mark Jackson. Smart enough, he knew Mullen was free at the other end. Refs did not call it.
Reggie Williams was called for that foul, his second.
They're calling something else now. Got to be a T or an intentional. We'll let John Condon explain it.
A technical foul has been charged against the coach of St. John's, Lou Carnesecca, for coming out of the coach's box.
So now each coach,
he'll make the one leg,
right.
Then they go down the other end, shoot the two, and Georgetown gets the basketball.
So now each coach has committed 2 technical fouls, 1 more for either, and he's gone. Mullen's still all alone to complete the 3-point play. Now Michael Jackson gets 2 shots for the technical against Carnesecca.
And don't forget, Len, it's not only on the coach. Anybody on that bench that does something, the coach goes. So they better chat with everybody, trainer, manager,
players,
anybody. They go. They're responsible.
Wow, we've had 4 technical fouls called in this first half. 7:50 remaining. Georgetown leading St. John's 30-28. When we come back, it's Georgetown ball. Back in a minute, everybody. Time back in. Georgetown leading 30-28. 7:40 remaining. Stewart poked it away, and Georgetown will keep it.
Willie Glass out of the game. Fresh to guard Reggie Williams. Ron Stewart now the stopper. Reggie can be explosive.
This has been wild. We still have 7:35 remaining in the half. Wingate in traffic. Another second chance.
They gave it to Dalton.
All right, so Dalton with 6 points. That's 10 second chance points. None for St. John's.
That should have been a foul on Billy Weddington in the backcourt. A legal pick. Got away with one.
Again, just 1 shot, and here come the Hoyas looking to go up by 6. Reggie Williams doesn't go. Bury the rebound. You said to me during commercial, Bill, this is like we're doing a heavyweight championship fight, round by round. Inside of 7 minutes now.
And they're in the box and 1.
Mullen. And again, no second try. It goes up and over and out, and Georgetown ball.
Now, they didn't go back, to my knowledge, the last time to the box and 1 when they played, because they got control of the game. But tonight they've gone back now. Box and 1 that time. We'll see if it continues.
Jackson out. Moses in. Carnesecca during the break had a word for his assistant, Jerry Marabita. It's his job to keep him in the coaching box. They were smiling. He failed them that time. 2 T's on each coach thus far this evening with 6.5 minutes to go in the half.
Lou ran out. Watch play now.
Dalton fouled.
Ron Stewart, everybody reacting. No question about wanting to win the basketball game, but Lou Carnesecca wanted an intentional foul on Reggie Williams. Ran out, and of course, Marabito fell asleep on him. Once again, Michael Jackson able to turn the corner, once in the middle, this time on the wing. A little push and shove by Ron Stewart.
If Ralph Dalton hits this shot, he's tied his season high, 7 points.
Very resilient group, Georgetown.
Dalton, a very underrated player. Makes 1 of 2. The Georgetown lead is 5 with 6:20 remaining in the first half. Look at this box and 1. You can see it. Look at Wingate right in your picture behind Mullen.
Face guarding.
Ronnie Stewart hits the jumper.
I always felt the other people have an easier time playing 4 against 4. So what Chris has to do is keep active. When they can pop him free, fine, but the other 4 have to look for themselves.
Inside of 6 minutes till halftime. Georgetown 33 and St. John's 30. Moses went for a steal, which he didn't get. Michael Jackson dishes off, throws it out of bounds. St. John's ball. .540 remaining in the half. The Hoyas by 3.
Little bump by Walter Berry. The switch to Martin now. Martin's on Chris Mullen.
Chris dishes off. Dalton commits. Winnington missed it. No second chance again. Hoyas looking to go up by 5. Martin does it. 7 for Bill.
His stock has risen. Good, solid power forward.
Georgetown shooting 67% now. 14 of 21. Mike Moses in the lane.
Turnover. Should have bounced the ball. He had Ron Stewart.
Remember, Patrick Ewing's resting through all this with 3 personal fouls. The Hoyas trying to go up by 7 and a foul call outside on Mike Moses.
You know, you can throw all the X's and O's away, Len. When players can be creative, turn the corner either on the wing or down the middle. Michael Jackson had a great look-away pass there. Sensational offense by the little guard.
St. John's uses one of its 4 timeouts. It's not a television timeout. 4:59 left now in the first half. 35-30 Hoyas. Back in a minute. $20 minutes to number 1. 47-40. Georgetown leads St. John's. Remember, 10 nights ago it was the 11-point lead. As you mull over the statistics, Georgetown shooting 60%, out rebounding St. John's 20-9. Let me tell you my 2 key statistics. Patrick Ewing played just 7 minutes. Reggie Williams, who had 25 last time, had just 4. Despite 7 minutes from Ewing, 4 points from Reggie Williams, Georgetown leads by 7 at halftime.
My key stats, more shots by Georgetown and shooting 60%, and Walter Berry with 4 field goal attempts. They've got to get him into the ball game. They're very fortunate, St. John's, and of course it proves the depth of Georgetown and the talent of Michael Jackson, the choreographer for the Hoyas.
We were tied at 26 all. St. John's has never led in the game. The largest Georgetown lead has been 9. St. John's had what amounted to a 7-point play with technical free throws. There have been 5 tees in the game. 1 more on either Thompson or Carnesecca, and they're gone for the night.
Boxing 1 still.
St. John's patient. They finally get it to Berry. No second chance. Ewing with the 3 fouls in there. Here come the Hoyas. Bill Martin. Georgetown leads by 9. 11 points for Martin.
They fill. Good shot by Berry. No second effort. Georgetown can get it up the floor.
Tried to get it to Berry. Ball loose, the turnover. The Hoyas can go up by 11. Jackson. Another second chance as Bill Martin came away with it. That's the key to me in this game, the second chances. Rebound, Berry. The Redmen are running 3-on-1. Berry up for glass and the foul on Reggie Williams, and that's 3 on Reggie.
Terrific look. Everybody in the house thought it was going to Berry. Good selection there. One of the few fast breaks. Walter Berry now on the right. A little look to freeze. Willie Glass unable to finish, but a pretty good giveaway by Reggie Williams. Chris on the right. And this is just to ensure no go.
Willie Glass, the poorest free throw shooting regular on the St. John's team. But swishes that one for his first point of the night. He scored only 3 when last they met, but he had 11 the first time. So back to 7 where we were a minute 20 ago at halftime.
St. John's has to get back in it. They're not the type of team that can extend the floor. They can't come from far behind. They're not a great pressing team.
That's right, they did not press at all last time. Ewing with the jumper.
Oh, fellas, you didn't get it to me in deep. I'm going to take my show on the road.
8 points for Ewing. 51-42. Georgetown matches their largest lead with over 18 minutes remaining in regulation.
The switch now, Billy Martin on Chris Mullen.
Moses, as he did in the first half, does it again. Moses now for St. John's. 8 points. He hasn't missed tonight.
Michael Jackson just snuck a look at Michael Jackson stuck a look at John Thompson because John wants him out on Moses.
Wingate. No second chance that time. St. John's running again. Berry nearly loses it. Finally does. And it ruled that Berry stepped on the sideline, having trouble dribbling as he did 10 nights ago.
Well, he got a little fancy there, but the St. John's bench didn't agree with that call at all. Georgetown tracks you down, though, don't they?
We play 2.5 minutes. Same margin as the halftime margin, 7. There's always someone free. Martin hit, fouled by Berry. 3 on Walter.
And Georgetown has been going to David Wingate whenever he's free. Chris Mullen, don't forget, likes to zone up, sniff for the basketball. Wingate's able to get the basketball in good scoring area or dish it off. Here, Chris on his back, the dish, and a knick-knack, huh?
I think St. John's will have to play a much more honest zone, one-on-one. They can't afford to double team. You can't leave a Hoya free, any of them.
Well, Chris has been doing more
Wingate
lately.
sneaked in past Winnington for a big field goal.
And tough. Winnington looked bad, but they didn't squeeze on the free throw shot.
The Hoyas with their largest lead, it's 11 points, and we haven't played 3 minutes of the second half. You're wondering about Mullen's statistics? Just 5 first-half field goals. As Winnington hits, Mullen has 19 points, Winnington 9, Berry 6. Ewing, who missed most of the first half, has 8. Michael Jackson and Bill Martin, 13 each. Reggie Williams, just 4. Wingate has 8.
You can see Chris way down the 3-second lane now. He'll try and zone up.
Bill Martin outside. Not this time. Another second chance. And a foul on the third opportunity.
It's going to be on Winnington. But they just attack anything loose, early shots, anything on the floor. An aggressive team and mentally aggressive.
Winnington picks up his second.
This is Wingate, who's coming alive a little bit in the thick of things. Patrick coming in from the end. Of course, Bill Winnington caught underneath.
Patrick Ewing.
Ewing shooting 2, a 65% foul shooter. Well, here's that statistic I've been harping on. St. John's has just 2 second chance points. Georgetown has 12. There's the 10-point swing right there.
And most of that without Patrick in that first half.
So 1 of 2 for Ewing. The lead is 10, the exact margin of those second chance opportunities. 56-46, 16.5 minutes remaining. Winnington from deep.
And a challenge by Patrick Ewing.
The Hoyas can go up by a dozen. Jackson in the open floor. The offensive rebound, but a foul call.
And they're gonna
goaltending as well.
Right now, Georgetown can just throw it up on the glass and go get it. When they call a timeout, Billy Winnington signaling, and the maestro on the ropes right now, Len.
So Wingate gets the goal, Winnington gets his 3rd personal, and the Hoyas lead by 12 and counting. Back in a minute. So David Wingate with a chance to complete the 3-point play, which he does. Georgetown goes up by 13, their largest lead.
Getting the cameraman out of the way. The pressure now. Remember, they can score in spurts. Turn a close game into a rout. St. John's has to be careful. And also, Walter Berry has to get into the flow. 2 for 5, Len. Not enough shots. There's the switch in the box.
St. John's is down to 2 timeouts remaining. Georgetown still has its full 4, not counting the television timeouts, of which there will be 3 more of those. Willie Glass past Ewing it in. He challenged him.
Now that middle is open in the zone if you can just get something going.
And if you forget the fact that Ewing's back there psychologically. First field goal for Glass.
You would put a negative in that, wouldn't you?
Another second chance. And Winnington just lets him have it, playing with 3 fouls. 11 points for Ewing. 14-2 the second chance opportunities. A spread of 12. The scoreboard spread is 13.
When Patrick gets it in there, you might as well draw the shades and put the lights out. Too tough and tight.
Willie Glass off for Winnington. Back out and around. Mullen from deep.
Too deep.
Bury a second chance for the Redmen. Only their second of the night.
Now Patrick with the 3 will be careful too.
Traveling against the Hoyas. So, 14:58 left. St. John's down by 11.
Walter Bury in tight now. Might be a factor because Patrick won't be as active. He doesn't want to get number 4.
Broadnax replaces Michael Jackson.
And here's the man we've been talking about. He can be a factor. A little post up. Watching the shots now. Got to be active. That's the post up area here. He ends up with something, and Patrick not wanting to foul gets the deuce.
St. John's wants to cut it to 9. Berry doesn't do it. Ewing cherry picks a rebound. Hoyas want to get it to 13. 14.5 minutes remaining. Ewing takes a foul line jumper.
Oh, what a rebound.
Reggie Williams had it stripped away, and the foul will go against Mike Moses. Mike's third, so 3 of the Redmen with 3, 3 of the Hoyas with 3.
Patrick with that jump shot, we saw that the last outing. Again, the opportunities off the glass, very active, pursue the basketball. They've got so many things they do well. And that young man, coached by John Thompson, certainly helps all the various defenses they throw at you.
Shelton Jones is on.
He had that arm hurt down the other end, Walter Bury. Got it caught when he reached in. And now they'll probably take him out just to make sure. That's the one that hit him in his face. And they'll probably take him out just to make sure they don't waste the timeout.
Says my arm hurts. Read his lips. Reggie Williams, a 69% foul shooter. Will shoot 2, looking for his 5th and 6th points. The lead is 12, 14 and change remaining. And again, that large margin of 13, 63-50, Georgetown.
Willie Glass unable to squeeze the pill.
Georgetown has out-rebounded St. John's 30-13. Jumping jack zone. And Billy Martin tagging Chris Mullen.
They keep switching.
Moses over Broadnax. Mike Moses lighting it up again. He had a season-high 17 last night, has 10 tonight. The lead is 11.
They got a rebound on any misses.
Reggie Williams travels, so St. John's needs to connect here and string 2 field goals together to cut it to 9. And Perry McDonald first will check in for Georgetown, replacing David Wingate. Perry McDonald watching Mullen now. Mullen will feel very popular once this night is over. Winnington low over Ewing. And it rolls in, a foul call.
Well, they've got to go at Patrick Ewing. He's got 3. He's got to use his head on that shot. He's got number 4. He doesn't want to sit out anymore. I'm surprised the Johnnies haven't looked in deep enough.
11 points for Winnington. 4 fouls on Ewing. John Thompson has a decision to make, and he'll take a timeout to think about it.
Perry McDonald just making sure he's got a friend all evening, Patrick, or Chris, excuse me. He's been tagged, tailed, doubled up. Not an easy night.
And Ewing picks up his 4th. So we come back. Winnington goes to the line with a chance to cut it to 8 points. Timeout. Here comes St. John's. Ewing in foul trouble. Back to Madison Square Garden in a minute.
A whole ton of them on Georgetown right now. Wouldn't know who to pick for the Johnnies, but if they start going deep with that man out of the basketball game, St. John's has a chance.
Winnington looking for a dozen points, trying to close St. John's within 8. It was 13 moments ago. Ewing out with 4 fouls. 13:20 remaining, and the St. John's crowd picks up the chant for defense. Man-to-man it is. And the fight with Dalton and Winnington. Winnington better look out or he'll get his 4th. Reggie Williams cans it.
Tough
Big
angle.
field goal for Reggie Williams.
He was deep behind the backboard.
65-55. Georgetown by 10, inside of 13 minutes remaining. Mullen has McDonald watching it.
Good
Stripped
hands.
away by Reggie Williams. Here comes a 3-on-1 for the Hoyas. Reggie Williams clear sailing. The Hoyas lead by 12.
67-55.
Do they respond when Ewing is out? Really critical to Georgetown's success.
Their defense is aggressive. It keys most of their things. Terrific hands there by Reggie Williams.
It is not a one-man team. Willie Glass takes it inside. That's what St. John's has to do, particularly with Walter Berry, Bill.
Each time down. I'd try anyhow. Get it in, let them double up, and then kick it back out. Don't start with the jump shot.
Berry is still resting with 3 personals on him. 12-minute mark. Georgetown leads by 10.
Is their motion.
Jackson dishes off effectively to Martin. Doesn't go. And here come the Redmen. Mike Moses leading the way. Moses!
We're going to call it on Moses.
And the foul is an offensive foul.
Now, Michael Jackson on one end, turned the corner, made a beautiful pass for the open jump shot for Billy Martin. Gets back, draws number 4 on Mike Moses.
So, the call goes for Mark Jackson.
And a good one, too, Len. The lean in, he's set, he initiates the contact. They probably would have scored this goal if it had gone, too. After he released it, he actually hit him.
That's right. Georgetown with the ball and a 10-point advantage with 11:35 remaining in the second half. Martin lost it. Here comes Shelton Jones. All the way, and he got stripped. And a foul was called on McDonald, Perry's 3rd.
Yes, that was an imitation of Julius Irving. Shelton Jones went up on the foul line, and he can do it. You'll hear a lot about him in the next couple of years. Very talented, and a lot of other clubs. This is just a fumble by Dalton, and pretty good ball handling. Switching to the inside to make sure Perry McDonald doesn't help, but he brought it back left, a mistake. Giving the, if he had just kept it on his right hip, that would not have happened.
Wingate replaces McDonald, so Perry takes a chair. Shelton Jones, a 64% foul shooter as a freshman overall. It's a 9-point Georgetown lead with 11:20 remaining.
Chris Mullen can't gamble as much now on David Wingate as he may have with Perry McDonald. He's got to stay at home.
Martin popped 3 as Shelton Jones tripped, got caught behind a screen. 15 for Martin. And an 11-point Georgetown lead with 11 minutes remaining. Ewing on the bench with 4. Berry on the bench with 3. Joined by Mike Moses with 4 for St. John's. Winnington triple team, flings it up and gets fouled in the process.
Well, they can get a lot done if they just dump it in. Dalton caught from behind there.
So 4 on Dalton, 4 on Ewing.
They're big people.
His 4th personal foul.
are in deep trouble. And anytime St. John's has gone in of late, they've been able to come up with something, the goal, the tip, or at least a foul. Step across, look at the collapsing defense, so they don't give up on anything, Georgetown.
Winnington has another, and now for the first time, Grady Mateen, a freshman from Akron, Ohio, replacing the foul-plagued Dalton. So down to a third-string center.
A highly touted third-string center, but his baptism under fire is walking.
Here's the move.
Yep. Got a couple of minutes, got organized, gave Shelton some heavy-duty minutes.
Winnington looking for his 14th point. High arcing foul shot. Georgetown leads by 9, 10:45 to go. Man-to-man defense from St. John's.
Here's the guy that makes things happen, Len.
Off for Wingate from the corner, in and out. Reggie Williams on the second chance, spin around, 12 for Reggie.
There's just much more into the slapaways than anybody else. Tonight, St. John's getting burned by fumbles. Willie Glass struggling there with the dribble.
We're midway through the second half. The Georgetown lead, which was 7 at halftime, is now 11. Winnington cuts it to 9.
Boy, they're going right in now. No secrets. Get the heavy-duty people down low.
Second chance points, Georgetown 18, St. John's 4. A 14-point spread there as Dalton readies to come back for Georgetown. The Hoya lead is 9. Wingate hits again.
Or either Michael Jackson penetrates and dishes to Wingate because Chris Mullen helps out, or in that case, the good dribble move on Mullen by Wingate.
Again, they're shooting 67% to start the second half. They try to go to Winnington, slapped away by Mateen, and here comes Dalton. Dalton replaces Mateen, and Ron Rowan comes on for St. John's, replacing Willie Glass for an outside gun.
That he can do.
Berry wants to go. Misses. 2 Hoyas have it. Martin spins away. We near the 9-minute mark. The Georgetown lead is 11, and they've got the ball.
And here comes the motion.
Can they keep up the shooting? Wingate's wide open.
Boy, there's no secret what they're doing. They're just trying to split defenders with the dribble, and the recipient has been Wingate on the side.
Ronnie Rowan, that's his job. His first field goal. The roll of toilet paper hits center court. I wish they'd stop that.
That's a little late for the debris.
Just play ball. Come on, we got a game here. 9-point Georgetown lead inside of 9 minutes. Ronnie Stewart getting ready to come on. Here he is, stripping the warm-up. Winnington checks out. That's a pretty good move. Winnington has 3 fouls on him.
And he's winded, too. They've been going to him. He's been active. He actually missed a couple of rebounds because of being tired. He was standing up straight, not flexing the knees and going up.
You're wondering where Patrick Ewing is. 4 fouls. Has he played 10 minutes tonight? Reggie Williams outside, and that rolls in. The bounce, 14 for Reggie. An 11-point Georgetown lead with 8:25 remaining.
St. John's hasn't been doing a good job sliding the down screen. They're getting out to the foul line late, and they're paying for it.
Classic example of how talented these Hoyas are, able to maintain the lead with the foul trouble. Mullen hasn't shot much in this half, a wild shot. Here come the Hoyas running, 3-on-2. Foul, and it counts. Bill Martin.
Strength. But Michael Jackson once again keen the Hoya fast break. Giving it up in plenty of time for his teammate to do something. The strength of Billy Martin now. Hold off, kiss, and then worry about being hurt.
Lou Carnesecca in a tough hole now with 8 minutes remaining. If Martin hits the foul shot, it's the biggest Georgetown lead. It could be 14 points. And it is 18 from Martin. What talent.
And don't forget, we mentioned earlier, St. John's is not real good at extending the floor. They don't get a lot of cheap turnover baskets as you're bringing the ball up the floor. They're not a pressing type team.
Mark Jackson is free. His first field goal. The lead is 12 with 7:40 remaining.
Rowan, pretty good job sliding the pick then.
And they're using the clock. Jackson doesn't get the roll and nearly punches her.
They're going to throw him out.
Williams and Rowan have been ejected.
Well, Larry Limbo, of course, last night involved in a game he couldn't win last night. You know, it's a case, both of them are going to be thrown out, and a good call by Larry Limbo. Last night, so much happened so fast. Underneath the checkout, Ronnie Rowan trying to do a good job. The flailing arms, the elbow, and Ronnie Rowan retaliating. A left by Reggie, and both of them out right away. Larry Limbo, he's not going to get involved in any nonsense. Both gone.
If John Thompson wants to complain that the better player got lost on his side, he should note that the elbow was instigated by Reggie Williams. Williams took the first shot.
He did, and it should be 2-2, and we'll check the possession. The ball should be Georgetown's also. Ronnie Rowan looked to check his man out.
Look for the elbow from Reggie Williams, and boom! There it
left. Things have gotten out of hand. It's still basketball, and it's unnecessary. You like aggressive basketball, but we're seeing too much of the nonsense.
Lou Carnesecca has a bit of a complaint.
Should be 2-2, and the ball to Georgetown.
And that's a direct outgrowth of last night. If last night hadn't happened, these ejections wouldn't have either.
Last night was a no-win situation, though.
There'll be no free throws. It will be Georgetown possession. Apparently, Reggie Williams has scored 14, and a timeout is called to cool things down. It's 7:16 remaining on change of possession. It's Georgetown ball. The Hoyas lead by 12, and here we go again. We'll be back in a minute, everybody. Bill, another unattractive situation. I'd like you to explain.
Well, they're claiming it's a dead ball foul. The ball is still alive. It can't be a dead ball foul. They both should shoot. They're going to eject both, but they're saying it's a dead ball foul, so they just the possession.
Luke Carnesecca saying because flagrant fouls are called, he'd like some foul shots because he's in bonus and Georgetown isn't. But it's Georgetown ball. They lead by 12 as we near the 7-minute mark. Another wild one.
And you're right. It is not good for basketball when all this baseline move. Wingate, and he has had a terrific game.
They all have. I don't have a player of the game.
I give it to Michael Jackson.
Okay.
Only because of running the show and the bang-up job. Great composure, too.
Chris Mullen, 19 points in the first half, nothing in the second.
And a boxing one, which disrupted St. John's, and they're liable to see this in the tournament now.
Mullen looking for something and blocked away by Perry McDonald. There's nothing there. 6.5 minutes to go, and Georgetown leads by 14. Bidding to become the first team to win back-to-back Big East championship titles. Jackson forces it up and is fouled by Michael Jackson. That's his second.
Out at the foul line. Michael didn't like that call at all. Feet tangled up. He stepped on my foot.
So one Jackson fouls the other. 6 minutes and 17 seconds are left now. Mark Jackson will attempt to cut John Thompson's lead to 12.
Well, before the game, I spoke with Ron Rutledge and Brian Mahoney, the assistants, as well as Alabama. They're all gathered together, and I said, do you like Chris Mullen zoning as much as he's been doing? He said, no, we'd all prefer him staying at home more. And Georgetown has taken advantage of that. He's looking on penetration, and Wingate's having a heck of a night.
Any of them. You have to play an honest man-to-man against Georgetown because so many of them can kill you.
Tough, tough people.
6:17 to go. Georgetown leads 80-68. Georgetown has shot 14 of 26. They've only missed 12 field goals in the second half. The turnover, a rare one. St. John's can cut it to 10 at the 6-minute mark. Berry.
That's the first time he's gotten down on the box. He's playing the medium post. They've got a front and a back. He should plant himself down low.
And guess who's getting ready to come back? He's sitting at the top of the screen. Patrick Ewing. The lead is 10.
Spread the floor now.
5:40 remaining.
4 to score.
We have the 45-second clock in force till the end of the game. There are 20 remaining on it now. Inside of 5.5 minutes to go on the game clock.
They've been starting to move about 10.
10 and go. Five. Jackson, a tough shot, doesn't go.
Great rebound.
Dalton with the second chance again that's killing St. John's.
Just not sniffing the ball on the glass.
22nd chance points for Georgetown, just 4 for St. John's. It's a 12-point lead inside of 5 and a foul call against Wingate.
And I don't agree with that. I don't agree with that. I thought that was a sensational steal. A great read by David Wingate. Oh, the speed and reaction. At home, take a look. Inside hand. Oh, I would have gotten a T on that one. Beautiful move defensively.
Oh, the big guy is back. Chris Mullen shooting 1-1, looking for his first point of the second half. The lead's 11. 4:58 to go.
Great stroke and finish, doesn't he? The end of the hand lingers.
It's 10. 21 for Mullen. 82-72. 4:55, and Georgetown crawls it up.
Each time down now, they're going to take, well, maybe 30 seconds, don't you think? Every time they move at 10.
And as we noted before and noted last week, St. John's is not a pressing team. They do not press often or well.
All checking the clock. Right around 12, 11, and 10, they start making their move.
15 now. 4.5 minutes to go in the game. And of course, if you score after taking all this time, it really takes the wind out of your sails. An inside reach by Jackson. They're over the limit. Michael Jackson will have 1-1 as Mark Jackson picks up his second personal.
NCAA time, Georgetown has a variety of these stalls. Very tough to guard against without the shot clock.
Michael Jackson, if he hits the first, ties his season high of 14. He hasn't scored in the second half. Now he has.
Now, did you see David Wingate right down the lane, the speed, and no violation? He got that big offensive rebound on a missed free throw earlier in the evening.
15 for Michael Jackson. 4:24 to go. Georgetown's lead, a dozen. And it's Wingate all over Chris Mullen in the box and one. And Berry comes to screen him off, so Mullen's down low behind Ewing. Now Mullen gets it. Shelton Jones outside. St. John's can't afford to use the clock. We're at the 4-minute mark now.
They got to bring it down and get Walter in it.
Mullen from deep goes. 23, his first field goal. The lead is 10. St. John's defensively needs a turnover.
I think Georgetown would give Chris that kind of a shot, huh? Moving to his right,
Sure.
21, 22 feet away.
3:40 to go.
Mark Jackson shouldn't let Michael Jackson get the basketball back. Here they go, they got the count going. Going to have a lack of action. But he broke the line.
Barry McDonald nearly lost it. And then a travel. St. John's gets the turnover. With 3:25 to go, they can cut it to 8.
And Mark Jackson, good job defensively for St. John's.
But first, our last television timeout of regulation. 3 minutes and 25 seconds remaining. St. John's trails by 10, but they've got the ball. Back in a minute. Well, it's been that kind of night. 5 technical fouls, 2 ejections. A 7-point lead for Georgetown at halftime. It's now 10, but it's St. John's ball with 3:25 remaining. Here we go. Jackson fell.
Turnover. And that's been a problem. Last night we had players falling right about half court. It could be the ice, believe it or not. The heat in the building, the condensation.
Could be. Those second chance points we talked about. The spread is 16 for the Hoyas. Their lead is 10. That's the difference. 3:10 to go, and the Hoyas will use as much of the clock as they can.
So right here, once the ball's given up, Mark Jackson has to keep Michael Jackson away from the basketball.
Inside of 3 minutes. .45-second clock to 15. Oh, stripped. Mullen ahead of the field, trying to cut it to 8. And he does not get a shot away. Good defensive play from Wingate.
Speed, so essential. Great reaction by David Wingate. Because he has been working on both ends of the floor. You see him about 10, 12 feet behind. Of course, it's easier to run without the ball than it is while you're dribbling it.
He got his hand on the ball, as well as fouling him with the body. So Mullen, 11 of 13 from the line tonight, has 2 shots, looking for 25. He had 20 the first meeting, 21 the second, and now looking for 25 right here. More importantly, the lead has been sliced to 8 with 2:40 remaining. St. John's fans calling for defense. You see the clock. It's down to 2.5, and I'll keep my eye on the shot clock for you. That right now is approaching 30.
Everybody has to play their own man. Right now, St. John's don't even handle it out there. Each time, 20, 25, occasionally 30.
Clock is at 15, so they use 30. Clock is at 10. Wingate nearly traveled. Shot clock at 3. Broadnax fouled by Mullen when the shot clock read 2. A critical foul. Chris's second. Broadnax will go to the line.
Of course, Chris Mullen, that's one of his favorite plays, getting you up in the air. So a little payback there by Horace Broadnax.
Jackson replaced by Mike Moses, who has 4 fouls. Barry McDonald will come back in to replace Broadnax. But Broadnax will first go to the line to shoot 1-and-1, and he is only a 59% foul shooter.
Doesn't that shock you knowing how well he shoots outside?
8-point lead, 2 minutes and 1 second to go. Hits the important free throw. If he makes this one, it's a 10-point lead with 2 minutes remaining. He gets the roll, and now Broadnax heads off. McDonald comes on. Now St. John's has to get it up quickly.
Have to shoot fast, because as we've noted, they're not the type of club that presses the length of the floor.
Barry nearly lost it again. Can't take this much time. Traveling is called. The Georgetown Hoyas on their way to becoming the first Big East team to win back-to-back championships. And now something thrown on the floor.
Banana or an orange.
They'll have to clean it up. And literally waving. Come on, knock it off, guys. Should the Hoyas win it, they will win the championship for the 4th time in the 6-year history of the league, Bill.
And John was worried a few years ago about coming into this league, how tough it was going to be on everybody, coaches included. But he's recruited well. And I'll tell you what, he's become a heck of a coach. Well, that tells it all, huh? Ronnie Rutledge, Brian Mahoney, Louie.
They're in a position now of hoping for a semi-miracle with a 10-point deficit and just 1:42 remaining. Hoya fans think they've got win number 14 straight locked up. Georgetown lost those 2 games back-to-back to St. John's and Syracuse and nothing else. And no other team but these 2 teams has been #1 all year.
And the officials out there cleaning up, they want to get home. Normally they don't do that job, but the Hoya fans celebrating, commiserating with the Indian.
And while they clean, TCS Metro Sports would like to thank Georgetown's Frank Rienzo, the athletic director, Coach John Thompson, Sports Information Director Bill Chaplin for their help, St. John's athletic director Jack Kaiser, Coach Luke Carnesecca, and Information Director Katha Quinn. But still a minute 42 to go.
And the spread.
St. John's desperate for a turnover. 90 seconds remaining.
Mike Moses doing a better job now, trying to keep Michael Jackson away from it. He's quick, and of course, Chris Mullen then caught reaching in.
They had to stop the clock somehow with just 86 seconds to go.
The boxing one, don't you think? Really played havoc for St. John's, unable to get Chris in it in the second half, and a lot of forced shots, and they didn't get it in deep often enough.
And I hark to 2 other factors. The lack of a St. John's press again, which is their trademark, and also the second chance points. Critical. 20 for Georgetown, just 4 for St. John's. That's the ballgame.
Amen.
Michael Jackson looks for point number 17 and a 12-point Hoya lead. He's got it. We've asked the question so many times over the course of this tournament, and it will be asked in days to come. How can you beat the Hoyas? Can anybody beat them?
I don't know. I'll tell you, I think they're better right now than they were last year.
Walter Berry cuts it to 10 with a minute 12. The clock continues to run. St. John's has not used one of its 2 remaining timeouts. 12 points for Berry.
Mike Moses ragging, trying to keep Michael Jackson out of it now.
Under a minute remaining. Georgetown leads by 10.
Because all the Georgetown players pretty good at handling it.
And finally the foul call. And Moses, if it's on him, he's fouled out.
David Wingate blowing by people. Great use of the basketball there. They can all do certain things well. May have given that one to Shelton Jones. Okay.
Jones is first. Wingate at the line. 16 points for Wingate. Look at the scoring. 18 for Martin, 17 for Jackson, 11 for Ewing, 14 for Williams, possibly 17 for Wingate. Mullen led St. John's with 25. 51 seconds to go. Winnington wants to dribble, gives off to Berry over Ewing. Martin the rebound. Hail to the Hoyas. The Big East champions have successfully defended something nobody else has done in this conference.
Little back door.
Shelton Jones went for the follow. Berry up and in with 23 seconds to go. A 14-point night for Berry. And again, no timeout taken, and the clock just withers away on St. John's Big East season. Michael Jackson, our Gillette player of the game, dribbling with 10 seconds to go. And fouled by Berry. Michael Jackson controlling the offense. The Hoyas are champs.
John Thompson slapping him. He's had, I think, one of the top games of the season. Completely running the game.
The season high 15 points, but it's not the points. It's the control of the offense.
They've done a little bit of everything.
And the high fives from the Georgetown Hoyas. Ewing heads off, hugged by his coach. He jumped in the air to give Dalton and Martin high fives. The Hoyas will head to the NCAA tournament, #1 in America, #1 seed for sure. Where will St. John's play their NCAA opener?
They may be moving a little bit. You saw the Hoya crowd, but the whole house was into the substitution there for Patrick Ewing, knowing it might be the last time they'll see him live.
And Patrick Ewing has been named the MVP of the Big East tournament. Was there any doubt? Second year in a row for Ewing and the Hoyas.
And what a game.
And a curtain call for each and every one. Michael Jackson's game of the year. He saved it for the perfect night in the perfect game. One second to go. McDonald off. The Hoyas are the champions.
And a tip to John. Fantastic job with this club. Bellied a little in mid-season. He's got them rolling right now.
So Ewing, the MVP. Georgetown is #1, 92-80.